state says anti-tax activist and candidate for governor Tim Eyman is spending an awful lot of money for someone who claims that he's bankrupt.
Attorney General Bob Ferguson says Eyman's assets must be preserved so he can pay his debts to the state. According to the Seattle Times, bankruptcy filings show that Eyman has been spending nearly $24,000 per month over the past year. So we want to bring Brandy in. This is not a great headline for Eyman, who's supposedly running for governor.
Well, right, yeah, he says he's running for governor. We'll see if he officially files or not. But, you know, for someone whose finances have been under such scrutiny for such a long time, and this is a guy, remember, this is a guy whose job is to do these initiatives. So this money he's spending, all the money he gets, it comes from supporters. It comes from supporters who are helping to fund his legal fees, and a lot of this money is going to pay for his legal fees, but we'll detail some of the other spending in a little bit. So this money is coming from the people of Washington State who are supporting his efforts, and for someone who says he's bankrupt, $24,000 a month in spending, the state is saying, that's too much. So here's the headline from the Seattle Times. Spendy dinners and $79 haircuts. Tim Eyman isn't living like someone who's bankrupt, AG says. And again, just to give you a little historical context here. So Eyman and the state have been locked in a legal feud for some time. Eyman is accused of essentially using these initiatives to enrich himself. That these initiatives are done for the purpose of making himself money, and that he's violated campaign finance laws. And so the Attorney General's office, as these legal feuds have gone on, they say Eyman has racked up about $250,000 in contempt of court fines. The state is seeking about $3 million from him. And so they're saying, you know, pump the brakes here. You need to be preserving this money because of all these ongoing court feuds, Eyman filed for bankruptcy. And so the state kind of is able to chime in when it comes to his spending and say, look, we're trying to get $3 million from you, and not to mention these court fees. So what are you doing spending all this money away? So let me just detail for you, and this is again coming from the Seattle Times, some of the things that Tim Eyman is apparently spending money on while he's supposed to be bankrupt. Shall we go through these? Okay. A vacation to Orlando, $4,000 a month in unspecified business expenses, a $2,500 a month condo for his sister-in-law in Bellevue, 97 Starbucks gift cards. This is all over the past year, by the way. 97 Starbucks gift cards, 74 restaurant purchases in a single month, 8 movie trips in 1 month. Who goes to the movies 8 times in 1 month? $79 haircuts. My haircuts don't even cost $79. And 3 birthday dinners, which apparently he had to pay for himself. Why is somebody not buying Tim Eyman dinner for his birthday?
I guess it's an
3
honest
birthday
question.
dinners. Somebody buy Tim Eyman dinner for his birthday. So all of these things, you know, when you're someone who says, I'm bankrupt, when you owe the state money, they're your largest creditor, $24,000 a month in expenses, and some of them are for legal fees. So the state is just, again, saying, look, you know, calm down on the spending. Maybe you don't need to go to the movies 8 times in 1 month.
All right, so when you see that and you're hearing these headlines today, how does all of this impact his chances, perhaps, of being governor?
Well, I think it depends. I think, one, it depends, is he serious about his run for governor? I will tell you, in my interactions with Tim Eyman, you know, I've been trying to get him on our Sunday show, The Divide, to talk about his run for governor. He won't do it. And this is someone who's always available for the cameras. Instead, he wants to talk about $30 car tabs, and so I find that to be a little odd. So I think there's still this lingering question about, is he actually going to file the paperwork when it comes down to it? But also, Tim Eyman's bid for governor is a long shot anyway. This state doesn't elect Republican governors, let alone independent governors. Although Tim Eyman's running as an independent, he might switch to Republican. So it's already a long shot bid. But certainly, this trial gets underway in July, the one with the state and Tim Eyman. And so if that has a bad ending for Tim Eyman, you know, maybe voters look at that and say, you know, I don't know that this is someone we can trust, but these accusations have been dogging him for a long time. And so the people of Washington State already know about them. Whether these questions around extravagant spending would make people think differently of him, I'm not sure.
All right, Brandon, appreciate it. Thank you.
I've been telling, my haircuts are not $79.